then nope. It just what's this final event gonna be? Well, you're gonna walk in this room and I'm gonna say yes and no just to be in the light. I was like, oh man, that's great. Oh my god, free knowing what's gonna happen was amazing. It's just a it's a really good show. I just watched the episode where they get the guy, the dude, the first dude. What's his name? Dude in the red. Which Stark, yeah. Which when you see the cover, like sometimes on like Netflix, it'll put him at the front. So I like it's like okay. But yeah, when him and what's his name is having the dwarf is having a conversation, it's like, yeah, I hit him because I was fearful for my life. I thought I was gonna die. Like yeah, their backstory is great. It's just great all the way around. Like I said, I was also talking to uh Trey about. I was like, I feel like this is anime's heyday. Like this is like their golden era. Now they've had series here and things like that, but it feels like the genre is really starting to get great stories and characters. They're past the whole like Naruto or Dragon Ball Z because Dragon Ball Z was popular. So you're talking like late 90s, early 2000s, everything was trying to do Dragon Ball Z clones, right? Then Naruto got popular. So then everything started doing like Naruto clones, right? So it feels like at this point in time, the genre has expanded so much. There's so many different things to watch that I feel like it's his heyday. I've never been to the point. It used to be like word of mouth, like, oh, you found a good one? All right, tell me what the good one is. And then everyone's watching the same ones. But now you're just picking up random ones. I'd have never went to Netflix for an anime. Right? I'd have just never went there. Never thought they had the chops. But it's just getting better. Yes. Okay. It's good. It's pretty good. Yeah. It's pretty. Didn't ever watch that. Mm. Oh. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, those older ones are tough to watch. And you usually got to power through them until they like there was like you had to power through them for them to get kind of good like, because I think the storylines took a long time to develop or they just didn't have them. Like there's a bunch of them like that you just like I cannot finish watching Steins Gate. I just can't. Like apparently everyone keeps telling me that it is just like you have to get through some of those earlier episodes, and I've tried to watch it multiple times and I just can't get past it. Steins Gate. It's a time travel. Uh it was like it feels like it came out right around the large hadron collider was having all those people thought it was gonna open up black holes and yeah, so they even mentioned it in it, right? So it's supposed it's all anytime mentioning time travel shows gets mentioned, it's one of them. So I've been trying to watch it, but I'm like 5, 6, 7 episodes in, and I'm just like, it's hard for me to hit that continue next episode button every single time. Yes. Look to it. Yep. Yep. The whole series is over. I It just starts too slow for me. I've tried to watch it like three times already, and I won't deny I can't deny because I haven't seen enough of it. And it's a show that's completely finished. It's only got like 20 something episodes, maybe I think maybe a little bit more probably. But yeah, no, it's I just it's very yeah, so do I. That's why I was like, all right, I gotta watch it. Gotta keep watching. I've tried multiple times. Did you try Dr. Stone yet? Did you take a look? Okay. Yeah. Mhm. I'm gonna have to finish it. I just Yeah, like I said, I've heard nothing but positive things about it. But like I said, I think I'm 3, 4 episodes in, and I'm just like, all right, please pick up. Please pick up. The main character, the doctor, is kind of quirky, kind of I don't know, kind of psycho in sometimes. Not psycho, but just I'd say quirky. I'd say quirky, where he's just the way he talks to himself sometimes. No one understands him, and I think you get more explanation of that later on. But you get the time travel. You kind of get once you know it's time travel. You kind of get that early on in the show, so it's not a spoiler or anything. I bet he's. I bet he's the same. I bet he didn't finish it. I bet he didn't finish it. I bet he didn't finish it. I bet he. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, that's the one. I've been also watching Fire Force. Season 3 came out. Fire Force. Nothing to write home about for it, in my opinion. Main character, like it's I don't know, just a team about a kind of a firefighting team who their jobs is to put out demons, right? And these demons, like basically, when spontaneous human combustion happens, like it's like a demon takes over you and you set the whole house on fire and things like that. So they have a fire force dedicated to handling spontaneous human combustion and the fires of a kind of like demonic uh uh origin. It's weird, right? It's weird. And they have, of course, these people in this world who have all their powers revolve around fire. They're called pyrotechnics, like first generation pyrotechnics, second generation, and that's your power level. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But it's nothing great. I think I had fun watching the first season. Watched second season. I was like, okay. It's the right genre for it too. Like, like This like I think, like I said, I think there's that episode where she yells. I think she's just like, "Bitch, please," and I think that made me laugh harder because I couldn't see her saying it. Like I didn't see, but it was just, it was good. Like, good. Uh, she's the new cosplay lady. All the cosplayers are doing her gray hair and like a bun and the big boobs and the outfit the boots I think she wears or I forget what but yeah she is the cosplay girl right it cosplay right now. Hmm. Not bad. Like I said, yeah, Dan to Dan was funny. It was really funny. Oh, July. Okay, that's not bad. We're supposed to be getting MASH sometime this year. That would be the final one too. That's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. That's them really stretching things out because they know the source material. It's a very popular series, but the source material ends. It's the same thing with Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is becoming the same thing because the source material, they're done. The show, the comic book's been, the manga's been done for a year and change or something like that, right? So maybe more. So, but it's insanely popular. Right. So they're trying to figure out how can we stretch as much as we possibly can. And that's how I feel My Hero is because the manga ended last, was it August of last year? Was the final episode. And but they've been good. They've been only like 1 year behind. So it'll be over 1 year after the manga ended, which is decent for an anime. Really decent. Yeah. That's class like Naruto, big Naruto kind of thing. Yeah. So this there's always one person that sees everything, even though it's insanely ridiculous that they could even see something like. Oh, I just like I said, I just reread this whole thing. It never really takes itself seriously. There, especially when it's dealing with Marshall. Like there is an entire world around it that takes themselves very seriously. But when he is involved, it's nothing serious. There is nothing serious. No, it is funny, and like I don't know because I like working out, right? That's where I first kind of fell in love with the fact that this guy just means makes working out beats magic any day of the week. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Mhm. Yeah, I'd say read it if you wanted to read it. Do you have a Shonen Jump membership subscription? Like it used to be like $4, so four and change a month. Yeah, and so when Jamie was getting caught up with One Piece, if you like a series, like say Kaiju number 8, which is going on right now, right? if you read it for a month, like you can get a free month subscription, read everything up to Kaiju number 8, and the episodes release every week for free. Like you don't have to pay for it. Like right now, if you went to Shonen Jump, they'll give you the last 3 episodes of a manga, which to me seems crazy. Why not give you the first 3 to get you interested, and then maybe, but once you get caught up, you don't have to pay for it. The last 3 episodes are always on it. For every anime manga that they have, the last 3 episodes are free. And it's rolling. So next week it'll come out. You can go on Shonen Jump and find a free episode, free issue. Very too fast sometimes, especially since a lot of them don't do a lot of writing. Like the panels are and that's one thing I do like about it versus American comics. Their panels are not heavy dialogue. You'll find some that have heavy dialogue, but the ones I have been reading, they're not heavy dialogues. And they're like 3-minute reads. Yeah, every Sunday One Piece comes out. So every Sunday I know I got a 3-minute read, which is pretty interesting. I'm trying to think anything else I'm reading. Kaiju number 8 comes out every 2 weeks. It's bi-monthly. Uh, what else? I think that's it. Dan to Dan still comes out, but I'm not sure. I haven't read that. And Sakamoto Days also still comes out, still getting written. So those are weekly ones. So yeah, Shonen Jump is good. It's good. It's good. Hmm. What you watch on there? What did they have? Okay. Mm, mhm. Yeah, I haven't really gotten to those slime ones just yet. I kind of want to see how I got incarnated as a slime or something like that. I think that's the name of it. That's supposed to be very yeah, that one yeah, that's supposed to be really good too. And Apothecary Diaries, I think it is the one my nephew told me he watches and said it's pretty good. So yeah, yep. They by this time tomorrow we should know who the Giants have picked because they better not trade that pick away. This is the I don't know. This is the draft where I think the position that we've been in, we haven't been in a position like this since Eli Manning, right? To where you can get some really good talent in the 3 spot, right? We had 3 before where we got Saquon Barkley, who was really good, really good. He's still really good. But yeah, this one I feel like it's almost like I say that draft because we knew there was going to be quarterbacks taken first or in the earlier in those drafts. So we knew that the Giants was going to probably be able to get the next best player, regardless of position at that position, at that spot. So I feel like we're closer to that where, yeah, we don't have 2, which was probably the most coveted spot, I think. I don't think one is we know it's Cam Ward. And if another team would have had the pick that didn't need a quarterback, they would have traded out. They would have wanted almost 100% sure traded down for that spot because, like yeah, that would mean that they thought Will Levis was their future, but they thought 1 year they could have. Mhm. Well, I remember you every week we got on the show during the week. You was like, "What dumb thing did Will Levis do this week?" Well, you should never draft a guy number one and then make him change. So hopefully they know that. I've seen it. Yep, I've seen that. Because but Todd McShay has Pittsburgh getting Shador. So Jackson Dart would be the one that they get. But everything I'm reading is saying that Dayball might be a Dart fan versus a Shador's fan, which listen, I didn't watch a lot of Jackson Dart. In fact, I watched none of Jackson Dart. I did watch Shador a few games, like and for a few years, like not just 1 year. I've seen him when he was in Jackson State. Watch him with Lil when he was in Jackson State because their games were televised because of Dion. Seen a few. I seen him the first year when they got to Colorado when he had zero offensive line and still beat some teams. Right? They now, granted, when they started playing their Pac-10 games, they got absolutely demolished by most of the teams. But USC with Caleb was on that Scott that record that part too, but they had no offensive line. Even Dion said he's like we got to play in the big. If we're gonna play in the big boy league, we need big guys, and they had none. And then to watch the next season, them go to the Big 12, and was one win away from the Big 12 championship. They put out a better product, and that's because everyone on the team got better, including Shador, right? So I watched them play a few games, and I like Shador from an accuracy standpoint. Um, I don't not haven't watched Jackson Dart, but I think from what I've seen at Dayball coach, I see why Shador might not intrigue him like some of the others, just because he likes a more mobile quarterback. That's why I've been seeing the Jalen Milrow talks because that's he just wants, and Shador is not a mobile. He is a stand in the pocket, throw dart kind of guy, right? So I can see, and that's not a knock against him. Coaches have their preference, right? If this is the guy that I like the type of guy I like to coach, and that guy is available, now if I have to get that guy, then I got to work with what I have. But if I got a choice, I'm gonna pick the guy I like that likes to run the office that I like to run. So I that's the thing. I that's the reason why I'm like I'd like Shador from a standpoint of just I think to more of a traditional quarterback. I think he's probably a better traditional quarterback than the others because I think Cam Ward has, and that's why I think Cam Ward would be the Giants' number one because he is more use your legs to get out of things, whereas Shador is just more of an accurate passer, sit in the pocket and he'll move around a little bit, but he's not gonna you're not gonna do a QB bootleg for him. So yeah, uh-huh. Hmm. Correct. Mm. Sanders or Carter? Oh, if we win, it will. Correct. Correct. The I will say the only person whose job can be saved by taking a quarterback is the GM. The coach's job is to win games with whatever talent they give him, right? The GM might get to stay to see if the pick that he picked pans out, right? So the, the picking a quarterback's not saving a coach's job. A GM, maybe. Coach, not saving your job. They don't care who you put out there. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I, I think I think we're starting to fill in the lack of talent. But yeah, for years it has been we've just haven't had talent at the position. The guys in front of them are better than them. Just that. Our wide receivers aren't getting any separation. The offensive line isn't protecting. The defensive line isn't getting to the quarterback. Like it's a lot of that, right? I think he's done in his few drafts that he's had. He's done a lot better to kind of shear up some of those deficiencies. Now there's still some. He hasn't done. Yes, it's just a lot. Even if you try, and free agency is a tough way to try to do it, right? Because you're overpaying for someone who may or may not fit your team, right? But when your team is that bad, you kind of got to do that. You got to do something, and you hope that you got a 3-year plan. That's why I think firing a general manager after 2 3 years is just bad. You have to give my drafts time to showcase themselves. Um, and it's just now, coach. I still think coach after 3 years is a little bit much, but if you're not winning, that's tough. It's tough. It's tough. But that's what I was. That's exactly what I was about to say. That that's what I was getting at. Like, I don't think he's in that regard. He's done that bad in terms of the X's and O's, the things that he does on the field, right? Whether the outcome is the outcome that they want, it is the thing. Like he plays well, and they don't get good results. So that's why I'm for keeping him. I like Shane's draft. I don't know if I like his contract management skills. Mhm. But I think he's done a good job to share up those holes. Like we said, there's so many holes. So can't do it in 1 year. Probably can't do it in two, but in 2 years, I need to be able to see that the draft picks that you pick, that your draft picks are what they are, right? Tavon Thibodeau. It's very possible. Yeah. But but of that, I would say Kevin Kayvon Thibodeau is not a bust. Evan Neal's a bust. He's fine. He has not lived up to what we thought he was going to be. And with the addition of Abdul Carter, may just get over, like, he may just get picked over. Like, they just picked a guy that's at your position that possibly better. Is that you never have enough pass rush? I watched the Giants pick, I think it was Matthias Kiwanuka. They picked Justin Tuck in one draft, and then the next year picked Matthias Kiwanuka, and we was all like, "What are you doing? You just picked a guy at the position of the guy you just picked last year." And we like Justin Tuck, right? So I watched the Giants do that and run a defensive line with four defensive ends on that line, right? And it worked. Like you said, you can never have too many pass rushers. So yeah. So now the problem though with Kayvon Thibodeau is that it's not the Justin Tuck, Matthias Kiwanuka, where you draft Justin Tuck and the next year you draft Kiwanuka, and they're both sitting on pretty young rookie kind of deals. The Giants have to make a decision on Kayvon Thibodeau. Is he's going to get the 5th year option? And if you pick Abdul Carter, kind of makes your decision. You're just like, is it worth it? So that's really what it is, and that's the part I I I don't like. I haven't liked the moves that I've seen Shane do. I think he picks good talent. I just the contract situations and negotiations and when to sign people and how to sign people. It hasn't. I haven't seen that just yet. None. None. Yeah. I think your numbers are about right because of where they're who they're going to get in this draft. Yeah. Mhm. Like, I don't see the thing. Just give him the 5th year option. You know somebody who you're not giving the 5th year option to. His name is Evan Neal, right? You when you started this thing, when you drafted them, you hoped that you would be given a 5th year option to both of them, right? You pick two guys, but between one in between each one pick of each other, right? So you you can cut bait with Evan Neal. I think it's a little early with Kayvon Thibodeau because he has shown flashes. He's had 10 sack seasons. Like he's had some injury problems that has kept him off the field. His motor is there, which one of the things that people thought come from college, he lacked the motor. He just it just last year was just not a good year, and you want that for your 3rd year to be a good year. But his 2 previous years were pretty decent; they were okay. He started as a rookie. He didn't start fast, but he finished strong. His 2nd year finished even stronger. His 3rd year just was not as strong as he would have liked. Did he get did we think that him and having Burns was going to help him? Yeah, Burns had a good year. Dexter Lawrence was having a really good year, and Kayvon Thibodeau just never really got going. Whether it's injury, don't know what. But I think the talent that you have is worthy of a 5th year and see what they can do with like you said, not enough, you can't have enough pass rushers, and see what you can do with Kayvon Thibodeau, Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, and even if that, well, and we'll know, like, and this is 4th year he's on the team, possibly, unless they decided to want to trade him, which that he's been rumored in that regard. I say get the 5th year option, put him out there on the field. Let's see how it works. You can't have enough pass rushers. If anybody gets injured, you got someone there that I would try to get a run lineup with all three of them in it at some point in time, see what works. And then if you happen to lose someone due to injury, you got depth. You got depth at a position that you need in the NFL. Don't give away your depth because we don't have anyone coming up the bench. This is Sauce Gardner. Mhm. Yeah. So like I said, I, I have no problem giving Kayvon Thibodeau a contract. I have no problem, not a contract, but give him a 5th-year option. Evan Neal, kick rocks. I'd prefer you not to. I'd prefer you not to play this year. I'm gonna be honest with you. But we got a year to move you into inside to see if that helps. If it doesn't help, then you're going to a different team. I think they've had a pretty good offseason so thus far. Yeah, exciting. I don't want exciting. That's all I care about right now. That's it. I just want that. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that when I got a message on my phone that he was going into hospice, and then I logged into ESPN just now, and it just said he passed away. I was like, oh man. No. And I don't see him getting that far out, man. People are talking about teams possibly trading up for him. Like I was originally thinking that they would want to get in there for the Travis Hunter, or the Abdul Carter. I'm hearing people trying to get to two to get to Genty. Oh, 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 oh. Those are good. That's gonna be good people. Yeah, just which is fine for certain positions too. Hmm. I don't see it. I don't see him going on. Honestly, I don't see him getting past Oakland if he's there. I don't buy the Jags for sure, but Oakland. Mhm. Cowboys, all those teams would have to jump. That's the great thing. That's why Oakland has got the got the first shot at him. They're in the driver's seat. Anyone else is going to have to get up because I don't see anyone above the Raiders looking at Ashton Genty. So the Cowboys with old crazy man talking about we doing big, got two big trades working on. Like, no, you do. Oh no, no, they won't. They won't. But uh I don't see them going up to get, although they need a running back, and cheap talent at a rookie running back would probably be their best solution. They just they just they just can't move up that far. I just don't see it. They what are they drafting at 12, right? I, it's just it's that's a large leap to get to Ashton Genty. I'd have to know who they gonna go above to get. Trade him to the Browns. But the Raiders want one extra Genty. So you know, I'll take Ashton Genty. Michael Parsons is gonna want how much million next year? Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, uh-huh. Mhm. First last. Yeah. Um, probably not. probably probably not. Definitely not the Patriots at 4. I'm not gonna say definitely. Eh, mm. Like you said, if Genty's there, the Bears are gonna take. Like I just don't see anyone ready to pay the money that you're going to pay for Micah Parsons. Yeah, but over that's something that you got to do before the draft. The day of the draft, I don't see it happening because I'm like, okay, I'm getting Micah Parsons, but I also get a rookie whose contract I get for 5 years, and I'm in no hurt. Like I don't know. He's been ultra productive. Mhm. I uh, I don't know. I wouldn't even as a Giants fan. I'm just like, first of all, we got one again. We got. Hopefully, everyone keeps calling Abdul Carter another version of Micah Parsons because they went to the same school, play the same position. Or you can have Michael Parsons, and then have the 12th pick, and then get. Oh, if the Giants had the 12th pick, they'd pick Jackson Dart. It's like no, I don't need that. I don't need that. I oh hell no, no. What player do you know is going straight up with the number top 3 draft pick? Michael Parsons is good, but even on the market, yeah, okay. I still don't want that. I need a third or fourth round in there. Yes, correct. Oh, he has. Yes. Those three picks. Brian Burns just got paid. Dexter Lawrence just got paid. Michael Parsons would just have gotten paid. Like he would be getting paid. That would be the most expensive D line. And mhm. I, I'll take our draft would look. You would say, okay, the Giants got Michael Parsons and Jackson Dart because they will get Jackson Dart at 12 or trade back or trade back. Somebody might want to move up a little bit, but they would. I think they trade. I don't want no, no, no. I'm okay with Micah. Micah is not very good run defense. He yeah, and sometimes I kind of don't like his attitude a little bit. So I got it. So there's a little bit of that. No, 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 because I've watched him and Stroud were doing like a pot, and I just don't like him. I like think he's talented. I think he's very talented, but I think he lacks in run defense, and I don't know if he got along with Lawrence, his teammate. They don't seem like now that he's not there, they don't seem like they got along too well. Yeah, so I don't know how good of a teammate he is. But like I said, I think you play with the Cowboys, they all come with a little bit of ego. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not getting it. Let someone else make that trade. Yeah, because yeah, I've heard possibly one of the wide receivers from Texas, but yeah, yeah, Golden. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They need a lot too. Like quietly, they need a lot. I don't know. I think they definitely need a running back. So if they could get into the Genty conversation, I think that'd be best for them. Probably the best option for them versus getting a number two wide receiver. I don't know if that's where they need to, but maybe it is because CeeDee Lamb is getting double team, still getting 1,700 yards. It doesn't make a difference. They know he's the only option on that team, and it still can't stop him. So but having someone who could take some pressure off it would be good. But also having someone who could protect Dak would probably be better. But there's no left tackles in this draft, right tackles in this draft. But they have to build their offensive line from someplace, whether that be another center, which it seems like they've been drafting centers the last couple of years. Whether that be they need something. They need a lot. And I think they need defensive help. They need help on the defensive line. They need someone who can run stop because they can't stop anything on the run defense. So a big defensive tackle, someone like that would help them go a long way. They need a lot. They really do need a lot. And trading up to get Genty would be solve one of their problems. And well, if all they have to do to get to three to get Genty is give up make their defense much worse than it already is. So that's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, to get Aston Genty, you fill a hole just to make another one. Because now they have no pass rush anywhere on that team. they would give up 47 points a game. And then Dak would have to score 48 points a game. And then everyone would be like, Dak is so bad because he can't score 48 points a game. Because that defense would be horrendous. So I I don't know. That to me just I wouldn't give up one of my positions of strength to fill one of my weaknesses. I don't have another one even close to Michael Parsons on that team. But the only reason why they would trade him is that they truly don't want to pay him. Yeah, I don't know if I like this. I don't think the Jags get Ashton Genty. I'm looking at who's this? Who's the draft is this? Daniel Jeremiah. Mhm. This, yeah, yep. And some are not bad. They're not bad guys. He's not. He is or isn't. I- looking at this Carolina Panthers, they might take him. Like if he got to 8 and he was available. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, also a guy from Texas, UT. I forgot about that. Saints still got Alvin Kamara. Yeah, I don't see him getting past. If he gets past the Raiders, you got a chance. You got a chance. The Jets for the Jets pick. I could see that. I could see that because these some people got been mocked to Tyler Warren, who I've also seen mocked to the Bears at 10. So if Tyler Warren was who you wanted and the Bears want to move up, you could probably still get Tyler Warren. So uh yeah, I could see that. I could man, the Cowboys would have to do some serious moving to get up there. Because I your first hurdle is the Raiders. He gets past the Raiders. If you stand pat, I think he would fall to you. But that's saying that that's not being aggressive. That's not going up to get the guy that you want. That's letting the guy that you want fall to you, right? Because if you do that, you risk letting someone else go up and get the guy that you want. So I could see, like you said, if he does get past the Raiders, the Bears making calls because it shouldn't cost that much to go from 10 to 7. Yeah, because I bet they got multiple calls calling. But then what about the calls to other teams that might want to get up there? Like the one I'm talking about is the Cowboys. That's the one I think you have to worry about. But I just don't think there's anyone smart enough in the room to make make a deal to get the guy that they want. But that could have been done to get to that's what I mean. Like trades like that, that have players of that caliber, they usually happen. Titans are really bad. That was really dumb move. Mhm. Oh man, you are almost at that point in time settling for a rebuild. Like they're the Cowboys. That's a serious rebuild time. You let Demarcus Lawrence go walk. He wound up going away in free agency. You then trade away your best defensive piece, your generational defensive piece, um, before his prime is even hit, and with no way to fill it on a defense that was already not that great. That's a lot for. That's a lot for. I'm not gonna say a little, but it's a lot for a little. I'd rather them give up picks to move up than to give up Micah Parsons. I'd rather them get rid of. We no. Well, we didn't offer Michael Parsons. They got to like. Oh, like I just because I think they can get out of the Diggs contract soon. Um, so I think that defense is going to have to get completely rebuilt. Um, but with Michael Parsons, you have someone to rebuild the defensive around because they're so like if Diggs isn't on that team, like what does that team have if they don't have Michael Parsons? That defense is bad, bad, right? With no hope. At least with Micah, you kind of have hope. You can build pieces around him. Without it's like yeah, that to me that type of trade needs to be done early on, right? But the Giants, and that's just not fun, huh? That's just not fun. I think you just got to let dumb teams do dumb things, right? I think that. Oh, it's a yeah. As much as I would love to see the Cowboys absolutely crumble, but they've been doing that for years. Like I can't say they crumble on their own. Like let's try something different. Well, kind of. They remember when they went and got Ezekiel Elliott, and everyone said that was too early for Ezekiel Elliott. That that seems like that's what this would be. And they paid a whole lot more after resigning the man after his third year. It's kind of that'll happen. I'm trying to think, would anyone move up? Like I'm looking, the Cowboys and the Bears trying to get ahead of the Raiders is the only thing looking at the teams that I can see. Now the rest of it may happen, who knows? Depending on where other people fall and if some team has, let's say, what's the guy, Mason Graham or from Michigan, where I've seen as high as 5, but I've seen lower in the teens, right, with Mason Graham in some people's mock drafts. Now let's say Mason Graham is falling, and I could see somebody maybe trying to go up there and getting the defensive tackle. um so it just depends on what goes on at the top. I think is what we're going to see happen. I, where you're going to see the trades, where someone high on somebody's draft has fallen lower than they expected, and they trade up to get them. So I think we'll see trades. I don't think we go the day without trades. I just don't know about that. So what if Insano trade is your team? What if the Bears did trade trade DJ Moore to move up? Because the Patriots will take DJ Moore right now. So you could get DJ Moore. You could if you traded DJ Moore to the Patriots, they take him, and you have Ashton Genty. Unless it's not your team, because chaos would chaos. They trade Michael Parsons to go up 2 spots. That sounds crazy. That's a bit crazy. That's what about? I guess that I kind of like y'all shopping DJ Moore around for to move up to 4. Did you not see DJ Moore's face every time Caleb was trying to throw the ball? I didn't see him when Fields was throwing the ball. I seen smiles on DJ Moore's face when Fields was throwing the ball. No, no, it's his stats say they found his hands. Yeah, you know who was too happy? Fields might not have been happy, and the coaches may not have been happy, but you know who was happy? DJ Moore. DJ Moore was very happy, and you know who didn't look happy as last year? DJ Moore. He was blind; he couldn't see. Like, why you wear those glasses? No, he was on Hard Knocks, just like our guys was on Hard Knocks. Just Oh, I don't like the Giants hard knocks. They may actually not use their punter like they said. Oh man. Oh, this is last year was fun because man, man, Caleb talked big mess. He talked big mess. Oh, you definitely do. But the punting thing is the one thing I'm like, oh. He he thought he was bigger than the curse. He thought he's like, I'm bigger than this curse. And he's like, oh, this curse is heavy. I gotta get back in the gym. I gotta get in the gym. I gotta get stronger. This is a heavy curse. I think the organization completely blew up. What was I going to? What was I going to? You had no coach. Phil Jackson left. All your players was gone. Like immediately. Yeah. So what am I gonna do? Y'all could have y'all drafted some pretty good players. They just kept going. Elton Brand was a nice pick. Eddie Curry was a good pick until he wasn't. Until y'all traded him to us, and then you guys had you guys had good players, did good drafts. Luau Dang was good. Y'all had y'all went and got Joakim Noah after that. Like directly after Jordan, it was not good. It took time because what you're gonna do? You probably had no draft picks. You probably had like the cupboards were bare. But I think they did a decent. No, yeah, yeah. What year? Oh yeah, no. Y'all no one gonna. Yeah, that set him back. He was good. Yeah, that's how good Jay Williams was in college. That he was grilling. He was going to be number. He was number two to Yao Ming, who's a Hall of Famer. Drew Gooden had a solid career. Wound up eventually playing for the Bulls at one point in time. Mike Dunleavy, Dewan Wagner, he played with that Clippers team when they had Elton Brand, Darius Miles. Yeah, Dewan Wagner played for a little bit. Not he was a better, I think, rookie than he was any part of his career. And then they drafted by the Knicks and traded to Phoenix the same day, I think. Hmm. No, 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 no. Yeah. Hmm. Yep. No, no, no. I think I think I made the right pick. Like especially the career, how he was. Yeah, just don't get on motorcycles. Uh, just in period, just in general, please you can stay away from them. Oh yeah. Defen Mhm. Yeah, I just yeah. I just think Ashton Genty goes to the Raiders. It just he's got 2 trades in the works on Victor. N NFL.com doesn't even entertain whatever Jerry said. It ain't even entertain the headlines. It's just like, yeah, oh, sure, Jerry. Just like when your grandfather says something, you're like, yeah, 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 grandpa. Yeah, we just you don't know. He's got a long history that he doesn't talk about. At time he used to own the Green Bay Packers, and he gave trading him. Yeah, that is very substantial. Almost borderline stupid. Pretty substantive. What is that? If you need Jerry, this mhm. Nope. No, I think, like I said, I just want to see if what the Giants do with. I'm really more interested in day two, like to see. I think that because the Giants have done, they did a good job in free agency addressing a lot of their problems. I'm really interested in seeing what depth we can get in this draft. Like really good depth. Like and what positions Joe Shane decided he wanted to get. Like this draft could be once you get the quarterback off the board. Let's just say if you can get Jackson Dart, which I think if he's available, Giants or Cleveland is going is trading back into the first round to possibly get him. And I at that point in time, I would not be surprised if Jalen Milroe is picked by the Giants at number 2. I wouldn't be too surprised in the second round, but or they trade down and think they can get him a little bit later, which is very possible because once Cleveland has already picked their quarterback, there's really no other teams. But at that time, second and third round is when teams start getting quarterbacks just to have on the bench and take flyers on. So maybe. But I'm really interested to see what players he decides to try to go for. Is he going to try to rebuild the offensive line with second and third round people talent? Is he going to try to build the defensive line around uh getting it? Is it going to be heavy defense? Does he go and get Abdul Carter three and still get another defensive tackle to put next to Dexter Lawrence? Because I still think we do need better run block. So I'm interested to see what he's done. I think he addressed the cornerback position last year's draft and in free agency. So our DBs should be straight. Offensive line is he addressed that with free agency last year. Offensive line just has to get healthy. I think they could do okay with that. With linebackers is tough. We have our tight end. We have okay wide receivers. We have young wide receivers, which we drafted. We have still yet to see Jalen Hyatt do anything for this team. Anything. He just has not. I, he must have said something bad about Dayball, and Dayball he can't get off the bench. Well, so yep. I I think if the Browns go up higher to get Jackson Dart, they might as well just sit there at 32 and 33 and get Jalen Milrow. Like I just at that point in time, yep, and 34. Yep. Hmm. Hmm. Or the second. They still got to show the show in the second. So well, but the funny thing about it is, none of those guys are going to be on Mel Kiper's best available list, right? like, Hart, who's the best available position? And they'll say position of need, maybe, but their names are not even going to be mentioned unless the teams are the Giants of the Cleveland Browns, and it's or the Steelers. But that's saying the Steelers don't get Shador. I'd run a rookie quarterback before I throw Mason Rudolph out there. I'd run a lot of things out before I run Mason Rudolph out. That would be an exciting trade. That yeah. Kurt, we still got your locker. We didn't even take your name off it just yet. We kept telling everyone we'll get to it, and then we came back around and just never got to it. that would be that would be a huge surprise. That but if that happens, oh, if that happens, that'd be the best thing to happen to the Giants. Right? Cleveland would probably take Cam Ward at number two. Giants would still go Abdul Carter, but they kind of now don't have any competition to go back into the first round to get the Jackson Dart or anything like that, right? So they where do they pick in the second round? They don't have the first pick in the second round. That's yeah, probably. Yes. Then they can wait the third round to get him. He'll be there. He'll be there. Listen, it's been basically penciled in. Uh like this is the thing. This is the thing about it. This is one thing I hate about the draft as well. They have to me, to me, the Tennessee Titans have been on the clock since the season ended. Right. Why do they need 10 minutes to make a decision? like I I hate it. I absolutely hate it, the drawn out part of it. Like if any trade, there's no team that's gonna get wow them the final 10 minutes of it. The number one pick is dealt weeks in advance, right? If it's we're dealing with the number one, who whoever it is, they know, right? So yeah. So to me, it's like, all right. As soon as the draft is, when they say Tennessee, you're on the clock. I'm like, no, 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 no. They were on the clock like the minute the season in. So they've already made the decision. Let's not wait the 10 minutes and just get the envelope in there. The envelope has probably already been sent to. He's had it in his pocket since February, since the end of the season. Yes, I I think they have to, but they would take Cam Ward if Cam Ward was there. The Browns are a mess of a team, right? They are a mess of a team. Um, and the Giants could be the Browns this offseason. Remember, I was telling you the Giants got the two free agent quarterbacks that I would have accepted because when we looked at who was left out there was Joe Flacco. I was like, I'd take him. I don't really want him. And who was it? Who else did they get? They wound up getting two quarterbacks too, didn't they? No, no, the Browns this year in the offseason. Yes, they've got Kenny Pickett and Flacco is going. They're going to have to run out there, and oh 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 I don't want that. Yeah, but he's like you said that ACL injury, not an ACL, Achilles injury. He re-injured. We don't know how badly. Yes, he's on the contract. Then I'm gonna roll. Like the minute he's healthy, he's going out back out there. Like he got to. If I'm paying for you, you gotta do something. Well, he's done stuff. He just hasn't done it well. That's what I'm saying. It's different. You got to do something. Sir, listen, I'm the owner. I pay you a couple $1 million. At least come on Thursdays and wash my car. You got to do something for the money that I'm giving you. You can't just sit around and rehab for the 5 years on your contract, which is what he's been doing for the most of the contract. So, like I said, if he's available to play, he's I got to put him in. I got to put him in just because I don't. If not, it's a waste of money. You ever bought something and realized that you didn't really need it, and you just every time you look at it, it just mocks you. Yeah, we all do. And Deshaun Watson is that, right? 200. So you got to be like, I got to use this sometime. I paid the money. They didn't. They they knew they knew that Oh, that was willing to, that I don't know if it was the soul of their franchise. They've probably done dumber things. That is hindsight is 2020. They, they, they knew that they were gonna have to deal with the media fallout from everything he did, but they weighed his potential skill, which a lot of teams were doing that. The reason why they had to give him a fully guaranteed contract is because he had suitors. He had other suitors, and they matched the contract. They went above and beyond. So it's not that he wasn't going to get another job because he was very talented. Yes, correct. Uh, yes. Yeah. That's the NFL loves a redemption story. They it, it's no redemption because he stunk, right? Had he played well, the NFL could look at a lot of things. Had he played well, but they just did. They made a football move. I don't blame them for the football move. I don't think I would. That he he took his suspension. He paid his dues. He paid a lot of dues. He paid a lot of dues. He suspended from the NFL, paid his dues, served his penance. That's part of that is a little unfortunate, right? And then they paid him the littlest amount they possibly could in that off suspended year, so that he can still reap the max benefits. So that his money that he lost was like 5 million of that contract. So they were a little shady with that. That they were a little bit shady from, but I don't when it comes as a football move, I don't think it was a bad move. It's a little bit. Mhm. I just think this is the same single curse. I don't think it's double curse. I think it's just it's the curse. No, no, no. See, you're saying that they were cursed for taking him. I'm saying the curse is why they took him, right? They are a cursed, they are a cursed franchise, and cursed franchises make bad decisions or bad things happen to them. Because let's say the Falcons would have got Stroud, and he turns out that he had a really good year because Deshaun Watson, yeah, that's Stroud, yeah, yeah, he played well for the Falcons. Oh, the driving game. Uh huh. I I don't think that curse is ending. I don't think it was ending. I mean, you're saying that the getting of Deshaun Watson cursed them, increased the curse timer, right? I'm saying that their original curse cursed Deshaun Watson. And he went from being a good player to a really bad player. I think they cursed him. I don't think it was the other way around. Turned out to be not a bad move for them. They were still one game away from them. They did. Yeah. They're gonna trade him. He's gonna agree to it because either he doesn't or he just sits there and collects money and doesn't play again. He is. That's why he's gonna go to another team and try to get another bag. Yeah, I thought that with the last trade he did. Like, how did he get that contract? That one more years made him unable to get it. Speaking of, did last week did we talk about Brett Favre? Not Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers? Did we talk about Aaron Rodgers? I, I just I just thought it was comical about all the things that he said when he went on the Pat McAfee show. The whole thing, I never said I wanted $20 million. I would have been happy playing with 10. Bullshit. he got mad that Aaron Glenn was like, "Yeah, no, you'll never play for my team." Yeah. 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 He said he flew all the way in there just for Aaron Glenn to tell him, "You will never play for my team." That's humble pie. That's he's like, "You could have told me that over the phone." He was like, he was pissed off at that. Yeah, yeah. It's Have you seen that electrode guy? I don't think I've ever seen him. I don't know what he does. he, he just found the same thing that they put on oh, what's the dude from Ghostbusters to measure his brain? Rick Moranis had that thing on his head. He just had that on. He's like, that breath bridge fast. He'd got them all right. He'd got, oh my god. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite parts of Ghostbusters. because I think in the movie it's played off like Peter Venkman is a fake scientist, right? But in that scene, he is actually studying the the effects of being psychic with negative reinforcement, right? So he has to give this guy electric shocks to to prove it, right? So he's actually doing real science, but the whole thing is about the pseudoscience that he's supposed to be doing, and it's working. It's literally working. I was just like, oh, okay, that's pretty funny. That's one of my favorite scenes. Ghost BJ, a, a Ghost BJ. Yes, it's well, you know how it works. It's this thing called nocturnal emissions. That's how it works. That's a corporeal form. It's, the brain is an amazing thing, sir. But yes, that. Mhm. Yes, it takes his butt. It take. No, no, he's sleeping. It actually takes the unbuckles the belt buckle. Yeah. And then his eyes cross. And as a kid, I didn't get it. But yes, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. But well, not because of that, just in general. But Peter, I just love that scene because they all just say fake scientist. He's a fake. He's fake. He's a fake. Like, he's a fake. He's pretty smart. Hmm. Hmm. Yep. It's like, oh, dickless over here. Is this true? Yes. This man has no dick. It's an excellent line. You you say yes. You say great movie. Of course. Yep. Oh my God, he'll be on Pat McAfee's show. He'd be a co-host because he couldn't do that job. It requires rules, and he'd have to listen to somebody, and so he'd never do that. He'd never do that. Well, he's super smart, sir. I don't think he wants. Yeah, I don't think he wants to talk about football for the rest of his life. He would love to talk about him for the rest of the life, but I don't think he wants to talk about football. But I see some news just came in. Detroit Lions have agreed to a 4-year, $86 million extension. Yep, making him the highest paid safety. He did. We're giving out. We're giving out Xavier McKinney from the Green Bay Packers. Mm-hmm. Mm. If you're trying, also, just a heads up that The Switch 2 goes on pre-sale in another hour. So if you would like to stay up and try to get that, I'm gonna try to get the pre-sale. I don't know. Not the pre-order it. Yeah, it starts at exactly 12 p.m. Eastern time. Yep. So Walmart, Target, or Best Buy will have their pre-orders open. Amazon hasn't announced it yet. And 449, but a lot of places are doing bundles, of course, which comes with a game for 550. So, yep, which I imagine that the bundles are gonna go super fast. The basic bundles are gonna go super fast. So I'm gonna try if I get off of here to get Mario Kart World. I think a Donkey Kong game is the launch game as well. Hmm. But a game that couldn't run on a Switch. So yeah, that's all a bunch of ports probably for the most part. Did that just drop recently? I'm not a huge fan of the original. It's not my type of game. Yeah, I gotta log in. They make you log in to Best Buy's website. Yep. So yeah, that's the whole thing I was reminding you about just in case you were trying to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Yeah. The peripherals are gonna be like more expensive. You saw that, right? Due to tariffs. They didn't raise the price of the system, but all peripherals the prices did go up. So gotta get it in my gotta get it in my cart when I can. No, not just yet. Not yet. Yeah, I think GameStop is also in the 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yep, correct, correct, correct. That is 100% correct. And that's what I'm hoping that I can get lucky and beat them. That's really what I'm trying to do because I know it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. Like when I do want it, like I won't be able to get one on June 5th when it actually comes out. So and I'm not standing in line. Yeah, I'm too old to be standing in line. So I don't need that. But yep, it says 12:01. So yeah, 12:01. We have to do it. Pre-orders begin Thursday. Yeah, yeah. So yep, 449 for just the regular system. 499 for the Mario Kart World Bundle. Yeah, I think it's a digital copy. I don't know. Because then they sell one that's 529 with the game. So I'm not a hundred. All the games are 80. 80. Yep. All the games are like 80 to some will be $90, they said, this system. So I can't say that they won't. I can't say that they won't. I would say around 1998 though, but yes. Because there was a well, it went down. It went down. So like I said, I distinctly remember spending, oh, I think $100 almost, I think it was, for a game once. It was a cartridge. It was when cartridges was going out. And I distinctly remember almost spending like $100 on a game. And then the PlayStation came out and they were CD based. The game prices went from 79.99 to 35.99, 39.99. It was they stayed 39.99 for a while. Then it started going 49.99, and that's where it stayed for the most part, around 49.99. Then it got to 59.99 with some like the PS5s and stuff like that. Or four, I think, started. PS3 60 or like, yeah, probably so. 59.99, 59.99, yeah. But that was the originally price what you paid for Super Nintendo games. So yeah, 59.99 was what you paid for 60. Hmm. And uh, that old anime. Man, ooh, it's kind of hot in my house. Yeah, yeah. Not because this draft isn't like the last one where you guys had number one and we were high up there and there was movement. Yeah, there was. But you said you don't want to do nothing stupid for them to do anything dumb because he would. I think he'd really like playing in New England. Yep. That, like I said, that would have. You don't think that he, especially